everyone. Today we are focusing on usability and user-centered design. I have referenced user-centered design in previous units, but today I thought we should discuss it in greater detail so you could have a better understanding of UCD and how you could use user-centered design and its concepts as you start planning your Unit 4 proposal. So what is user-centered design? Too often, systems are designed with a focus on business goals, fancy features, and the technological capabilities of hardware or software tools. All of these approaches to system design omit the most important part of the process, the end user. So think of this as the user mode when that perspective is shift to having the user be at the center of the design instead of the product. User-centered design, or UCD, is the process of designing a tool such as a website or application's user interface from the perspective of how it will be understood and used by a human user. Rather than requiring users to adapt their attitudes and behaviors in order to learn and use a system can be designed to support its intended users' existing beliefs, attitudes, and behaviors as they relate to the task that the system is being designed to support. So think of this as the system adaptation instead of the human adaptation. The result of employing UCD to a system design is a product that offers a more efficient, satisfying, and user-friendly experience for the user, which is likely to increase sales and customer loyalty. Also think of Krug's mantra, "Don't make me think." So accomplishing a satisfying, efficient, seamless experience works towards accomplishing that goal of not making the user think. What is usability? Usability is a measure of the interactive user experience associated with a user interface, such as a website or software application. A user-friendly interface design is easy to learn, supports users' tasks and goals efficiently and effectively, and is satisfying and engaging to use. An interface's level of usability can be measured by inviting intended users of the system to participate in a usability testing session. During a usability test session, a user is given a series of tasks to complete by using the system in question without any assistance from the researcher. The researcher records user behaviors, emotional reactions, and the user's performance as the user attempts to accomplish each task. The researcher takes note of any moments of confusion or frustration that the user experienced while trying to complete a task, and also tracks whether or not the user was able to satisfactorily complete each task. Analysis of data from several users provides user experience engineers a means of recommending how and where to redesign the interface in order to improve its level of usability and thus the user experience in general. So in this process, you will be the researcher, right? You're the one that is conducting the usability test, running the usability test, and so you are working with a participant and trying to get feedback to make the website more user-centered. Overall, usability is the quality of a system that makes it easy to learn, easy to use, easy to remember, error tolerant, and subjectively pleasing. So why is usability important? From the user's perspective, usability is important because it can make the difference between performing a task accurately and completely or not, and enjoying the process of being frustrated. From the developer's perspective, usability is important because it can mean the difference between the success or failure of a system. From a management point of view, software with poor usability can reduce the productivity of the workforce to a level of performance worse than without the system. In all cases, a lack of usability can cost time and effort and can greatly determine the success or failure of a system. Given a choice, people tend to buy systems that are more user-friendly. So how do you achieve a high level of usability? The key principle for maximizing usability is to employ iterative design, which progressively refines the design through evaluation from the early stages. The evaluation steps enable the designers and developers to incorporate user and client feedback until the system reaches an acceptable level of usability. The preferred method for ensuring usability is to test actual users on a working system. Achieving a high level of usability requires focusing design efforts on the intended end user of the system. There are many ways to determine who the primary users are, how they work, and what tasks they must accomplish. However, client schedules and budgets can sometimes prevent this ideal approach. Some alternative methods include user testing on system prototypes, a usability audit conducted by experts, and cognitive modeling. So lastly, defining the usability problem, or what's the usability problem for your website. Before you can effectively design or test a website or application, you must define the problem you wish to solve. You may have the idea that you want to modernize, let's say, quote unquote, an existing website. That is a start, yet modern does not clearly define the problem to solve. Defining what modern means to you will clarify the specific issues that your project will address. Modernizing may include adding a contact form to your site instead of opening a user's mail client, or it may mean changing the look and feel of a website or adding new interactive features to support user tasks. A redesign often requires an update to the website's information architecture in order to accommodate the addition or removal of features. To define the problem, consult with stakeholders and subject matter experts, or SMEs, that we talked about in Unit 2, to better understand your intended audience, how people are currently using the site, and how they would like to use it. You might also conduct a heuristic evaluation of the site to learn where usability can be improved. Finally, changes to business goals may require subsequent changes to the website, such as the decision to sell products online. And let's talk about intended use. Part of defining your problem space involves the understanding of what your users intend to use your website to accomplish. Intended use includes the tasks users wish to accomplish via your website, the places and environments where they will use your site, and other people and objectives they will interact with in order to accomplish a goal that your website supports. Establish the intended use of your website by determining the use cases, which are the most common tasks that users will perform on the website. When you understand where and how users will interact with your system, you can begin to develop a feature set for the website. For example, if you're designing a website for a city's public transportation system, some users may want the ability to look up bus schedules from a mobile device like a BlackBerry or iPhone. Developing a design solution for this use requires consideration of the environmental factors and the characteristics of the mobile devices that will be used to access the site. Use cases can be discovered by observing and interviewing users with respect to how they will currently perform and would like to perform the task that your website will support. So that's all I have for user-centered design. I hope that this has enlightened your understanding of the role that the user should play and what you're trying to accomplish when you're conducting your usability test. Thank you for listening.